Welcome to Miller Online tutorial. Now let us factorize this polynomial equation. Okay, and here we have 2x raised to 3 now minus x raised to 2 minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. So how do we go about it? I want to use the trial and error method, but I want to use a different approach. Now we'll be considering this term and this term. Okay, that is x squared and 7x. So let us look for two terms in which when we add will give us negative x squared. Okay, and one of the term here must have a coefficient of 2, and the same thing here, two terms in which when we add will give us negative 7x, and one of the term must have a coefficient of what? 6. Okay, so here we have 2x squared, then minus, let's have it as 2x squared, sorry, this is 2x raised to 3, then plus x squared. Then now these two terms, now when we add it will give us what? X squared, negative x squared. Then for this, for negative 7x, we have 6x, negative 6x, and plus, sorry, that should be negative x, then plus 6 equals 0. Now take note that this really applies to the question, any question being given and you are told to factorize the polynomial. Okay? So, but in a case situation whereby it has a remainder, this does not apply. Alright, so let us, so we have here 2x raised to 3, then minus 2x raised to 2, we'll collect terms, then plus x squared minus x minus 6x plus 6 equals what? 0. So here we have, let's factor out x squared from these two here. No, sorry, 2x squared. We have 2x squared. Then we're left with x here, then minus 1. Now let us factor out x here, then plus x into x plus, sorry, x minus 1. Okay, because when you factor out x here, x squared divided by x will have 1, the negative x divided by x will give us 1. X squared divided by x will give us x. So in this case now, we factor out 6, then 6x divided by 6 here, we have x, then we have our minus, because this minus will definitely affect the plus sign, then 6 divided by 6 will give us 1, all equals to what? 0. Now you can see that we have a common term now, x minus 1. So let us factor that out, x minus 1, then we are left with 2x squared plus x minus 6, right? Then equals 0. Alright, so this is now a quadratic that we can factorize also. So this is x minus 1. Now let us factorize the quadratic here. Now let's have it as just open two parentheses like this, equals 0. Now take note that the leading coefficient here is 2. Okay, so let's just put, and the variable here is x, so you put 2x here, now put 2x here. Alright, now considering that this is a negative, the constant here has a negative sign. Now it implies that two of the factors in which one will multiply to give us this constant, okay, is plus and minus. So, and since the sum here is positive, it means the greater of the two factors, okay, has a positive sign. But take note of this too. Now we just need to multiply the leading coefficient with the constant here, giving us what? Negative 12. Then write it here. So what are those two factors in which we multiply to give you negative 12 and you add to give you positive 1? So that should be 4 and 3. Okay, now since this is positive, it means 4 will have the positive sign. So let us put the positive sign here, 4, and let us put the negative sign here, 3. So the next we all need to do now is let's just reduce this since we have a common factor of 2. So here you have x minus 1. Then when we divide this by 2, here 1, 2. So here we are left with what? X plus 2. Then here we are left with what? 2x minus 3 all equals to what? 0. So ensure that you like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share this tutorial with other learners. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye bye.